1st Battalion, 50th Infantry Regiment, and Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment. If your soldier is in Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 50th Infantry, they will be on the left side of the parade field as you look at it. If your soldier is in Fox Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry, they will be on the center of the parade field. If your soldier is in Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment, they will be on the right side of the parade field. We ask that you please reserve the handicapped seating area for those that are handicapped. If you want a video of yesterday's spring close ceremony or today's graduation ceremony, you can purchase them from the home production, which is located in front of the museum. In the same area, vivid image photography will provide an opportunity for soldiers and their families to take photos. The National Infantry Association invites you to tour the National Infantry Museum after the graduation. On display are artifacts from our nation's battles and vivid descriptions of the infantry's role in them. Housed therein is an IMAX theater, the Pipe and Drum restaurant, as well as a gift shop. The museum tour itself is free with a $5 suggested donation. We hope you enjoy a very pleasant day at the National Infantry Museum, and welcome to Fort Benning.
That's what he did today. I don't know who it is. What he is. He holding the microphone.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That wasn't that bad, but I think I might have caught a couple of you off guard, so let's try that one more time. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That is much better. I am Sergeant First Class Philip Andrew. I'm one of the senior enlisted leaders for the Maneuver Center of Excellence Band you see coming onto the parade field behind me. And on behalf of Major General Gary Brito, the Commanding General of the Maneuver Center of Excellence, it is my honor to say welcome to Fort Benning and your soldiers' graduation. Now, in just a moment, the band is going to march across the parade field right up here, and we're going to play for you what we call our pre-show. Now, during this show, our third song that we're going to play is called Georgia on My Mind. Some of you may have heard of it before. Now, I promise you that after going through weeks and weeks of some of the most demanding training that the Department of Defense has to offer, Georgia will always be on your soldiers' mind. But during Georgia on My Mind, our narrator and vocalist will invite you to come down onto this parade field, right where your soldier will graduate today, to be part of our world-famous Georgia Kickfight. Now, if you haven't heard of it, that's because we're still working on the marketing, but we need your help to do that. During this narration, we're going to ask you to come down onto this field where tens of thousands of family members, just like yourselves, over the last decade, have come and joined the band on this gorgeous field for a little bit of fun with the band. This is a good time for you to get a photo with the band on the parade field. It may be the only time you get a chance to step out here where your soldier will graduate today. Now, don't hesitate when you hear that narration. Just stand right up, come right out here and join us. It's going to be a great time. And once again, welcome to Fort Benning, Georgia, and welcome to our Army band.
Now marching onto the parade field is the Maneuver Center of Excellence Band, led by Drum Major Staff Sergeant Cole Beatty and conducted by Sergeant First Class Philip Andrew. The Maneuver Center Band's history dates back to 1916 when the band was first organized in El Paso, Texas as the 34th Infantry Band of the 34th Infantry Regiment. During its time with the 34th Infantry, the band earned the campaign participation credit in World War I at Lorraine, France. After World War I, the band served for many years at Fort Benning, Georgia until it was deactivated in June of 1940. In October of 1942, the band was reactivated at Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, and at this time aligned with the 136th Infantry Regiment. The band was once again called to support overseas wartime efforts, being stationed at various Hawaiian islands, and then in Luzon and Manila before being deactivated once again in December of 1946. In 1955, the band was once again reactivated on Fort Benning, Georgia, and continues to serve to this day.
celebrate this momentous occasion for you and your soldier. But what we want to know right now is how many of you are excited to see those soldiers march across the field this morning? I don't know, that's pretty good. And I think we can do a lot better than that. So I'm going to count to 3. And I want y'all to get those soldiers over there pumped up because they can hear you right now. We're going to try this one more time. I'm going to count to 3. I want you to give me as much noise as possible. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you all to please rise and join us in singing God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide before. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Thank you so much. Please be seated and you'll see your soldier real soon. For over 60 years, the musicians of the United States Army Maneuver Center of Excellence Band have taken great pride in entertaining the soldiers, families, and civilians of the Fort Benning, Columbus, and Phoenix City communities. Through music, they share the story of our nation and its soldiers worldwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Before the ceremony begins, we ask that you silence all electronic devices and please refrain from smoking during the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Infantry Museum and Soldier Center and this graduation. A few quick announcements before we get the ceremony kicked off. There are concessions, restrooms, and a smoking area located behind the grandstand. We ask that you do not smoke in the grandstand. While you're waiting for the ceremony to begin, you're invited to use our free Wi-Fi to share your pictures online or plan the rest of your visit. There will be a live video of this graduation streaming on the National Infantry Museum Facebook page. Make sure to text your friends and family and let them know that they too can see their soldier graduate in real time on the National Infantry Museum Facebook page. Following the ceremony, we invite you and your soldier to explore all that the National Infantry Museum has to offer. On display are countless artifacts detailing the history of the infantry in the world-class and award-winning facility. In addition, there are several attractions and to entertain and educate. Explore our restored World War II street and our memorials of the global war on terrorism and the Vietnam War. Put yourself in the boots of our nation's finest in our combat simulators and brand new rifle range. Watch an historical documentary in our giant screen theater or relax over lunch in our full-service fight and drum restaurant. The National Infantry Museum is a place to remember and appreciate the importance of our military and the infantry in particular in maintaining our freedoms. Also, it is a free museum with a suggested $5 donation. We thank you for attending today. We thank our veterans in attendance for their service, and we congratulate today's graduating soldiers.
We thank you for your service. For 244 years, American infantrymen have quietly gone about their duty that has taken them to historic battlefields on many of Earth's continents. Infantrymen stood fast on the bloody battlefields within our own borders, creating a republic and saving a union. They defeated our nation's enemies in Mexico, Cuba, and China. These warriors stormed the Kaiser in the trenches of France and defeated fascism in Germany and Italy. They set the rising sun of Imperial Japan on 1,000 islands in the Pacific and stood firm against the communists in the mountains and the snows of Korea and in the steamy jungles of Southeast Asia. Infantrymen won the Cold War and preserved peace in the far-reaching places like South Korea and Europe by their vigilant presence and spread freedom in Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, and Somalia with their sweat and blood. Infantrymen left the company of their families and endured the most demanding conditions of cold and heat, of dust and mud, of desert and jungle to fight our nation's wars. These young soldiers, soon to be in front of you today, all volunteers, joined the Army and the infantry in a time of war. They chose to serve their nation knowing that they may be deployed by their commander-in-chief in support of the ideals that make this nation great. To commemorate the sacrifices of those who went before and to tangibly link the commitment of today's soldiers with their legendary predecessors, this beautiful parade ground was seeded with soil taken from significant battlefields in our nation's history. On March 19, 2009, a hero or descendant of a hero of these battles spread soil on the very place where your soldiers will walk. These battles include Yorktown, Antietam, Soissons, Corregidor, Normandy, San Lorenzo, Korea, Landing Zone X-Ray, Iraq, and Afghanistan. When these young men march proudly past you, they will actually be walking on the ground hallowed by their infantry forefathers. One of these leaders was 2nd Lieutenant Daniel K. Inouye, later Senator Inouye from Hawaii. On 12 September 2014, soil was spread on this parade field from San Lorenzo, Italy, and the parade field was officially named Inouye Field in his honor. In 1997, he was awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroic actions on 21 April 1945 at San Lorenzo. As a platoon leader in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, and despite being critically wounded, 2nd Lieutenant Inouye, by his gallant, aggressive tactics and his indomitable leadership, led his platoon to advance through fierce resistance and capture the heavily defended and fortified ridge known as Col Mosatello, outside the town of San Lorenzo, Italy. The purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize the commitment of the soldiers in formation today who have chosen to serve their country as infantrymen. This review is the last official formation of the training cycle. Not everyone successfully completes this difficult period of training, but those in formation today represent disciplined, motivated, and physically fit soldiers who exemplify the Army's 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. These soldiers are imbued with the warrior ethos and display the tenets of putting the mission first, never accepting defeat, never quitting, and never leaving behind a fallen comrade. This is an important day, and they can take great pride in their accomplishments. This ceremony marks the culmination of months of long and arduous training, the results of which are these superb infantry soldiers prepared to take their places in infantry units around the world. Like you, we are proud of their accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, during the next few moments there will be loud noises and smoke from the use of pyrotechnics on the far side of the parade field. The World War II Company Street serves as a constant reminder of the time-honored traditions and values of America's greatest generation, those infantrymen who walked before us. In just a few moments, out from the past will emerge our country's next greatest generation, today's infantry warrior. Graduating today are accomplished marksmen, able to engage the enemy day and night. They understand how to shoot, move, and communicate as a team. They are adaptable warriors who can fight as mechanized force from strikers or or from the sky as airborne air assault, and whose training is the basis for our elite special operations warriors. Most importantly, they are patriots who in a time of war raise their right hand and swore an oath to God and country to defend the Constitution of the United States against any enemy. If called upon to fight building to building in Baghdad or Fallujah in Iraq, to clear the ridges of the Mazar-e-Sharif or Jalalabad in Afghanistan, or to deliver aid and provide security in the Horn of Africa or the Caribbean, these warriors made the difference in the global war on terror. Ladies and gentlemen, the Infantry Rifle Squad. The squad is led by a staff sergeant. They are armed with an M4 carbine. The M4 carbine is the latest evolution of the M16 family of rifles and is designed for use in vehicles and close quarters combat. The squad consists of 2 fire teams. Each fire team is led by a sergeant. They are armed with an M4 carbine. This carbine is fully modular with an integrated receiver rail system that can mount the M68 close combat optic and a PEG-15 laser designator used to engage targets at night. Each fire team has 1 automatic rifleman. They are armed with an M249 squad automatic weapon. This weapon is man-portable, but also retains the capability to be mounted on a vehicle. It has a sustained rate of fire of 100 rounds per minute and weighs 17 pounds. Each fire team has 1 grenadier. They are armed with an M4 carbine and an M320 grenade launcher. The M320 fires a variety of 40mm grenades to include high explosive, illumination, colored smoke, and buckshot. The M320 provides an invaluable indirect fire capability to the infantry squad. The remaining soldier in each fire team is the rifleman. They are armed with an M4 carbine and the M136 AT-4 anti-tank launcher. The AT-4 fires an 84mm shaped charge capable of defeating up to 14 inches of rolled homogeneous steel and breaching bunkers or masonry walls in urban structures. Additionally, each one of these soldiers is wearing the advanced combat helmet with the PVS-14 monocular night vision device. Night vision device allows the soldier to see in low or no light conditions. Coupled with the laser designator on their weapon, they can place effective fire on all targets at night. On their torso, they are wearing the improved outer tactical vest, or IOTV. The IOTV consists of 4 armored plates capable of stopping small arms fire and fragmentation. Additionally, he is wearing ballistic eye protection, knee and elbow pads, and a water hydration system. Ladies and gentlemen, all members of today's squad are from Foxtrot Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, and Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment. This is the modern day warrior, armed and equipped to fight and win anywhere, anytime, in any type of terrain against any enemy. These infantrymen are trained and ready to defend our country and preserve our way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a round of applause for the United States Army Infantry Rifle Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, now returning to the parade field is the United States Army Maneuver Center of Excellence Band, led by Drum Major Staff Sergeant Philip Beatty and conducted by Sergeant First Class Philip Andrew. Ladies and gentlemen, now marching on the parade field are the infantrymen of Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 50th Infantry Regiment, Foxtrot Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, and Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment. The company commander for Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 50th Infantry Regiment is Captain Christian Hedrick, and the company first sergeant is First Sergeant Victor Valdez. The company commander for Foxtrot Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment is Captain Logan Neal, and the company first sergeant is First Sergeant John McDowell. Company commander for Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment is Captain Robert Riley, and the company first sergeant is First Sergeant Robert Landry. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Captain Kyle Kachopa, Operations Officer, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment. Ladies and gentlemen, Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the arrival of the official party. Captain Charlene Cheney, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment Chaplain, will offer the invocation.
Let us pray. Good morning, God. We give thanks to you because you are always with us. During this ceremony, we humbly ask that you make your loving presence felt and known. God, we give thanks to you for these graduating soldiers, these infantrymen that stand before us. They are disciplined, physically and mentally fit and warrior strong. They are a testament to the simple fact that all things are possible through hard work, determination, sacrifice, and you. They have done great work here. As they leave the hallowed grounds of this training environment, we ask that you bless and equip each of them to go on and do greater works. As these graduates PCS to their respective duty stations, it is our hope and prayer that their warrior edge always remains razor sharp, that their strength as soldiers never falters, and their courage be steadfast and unmovable as they take the fight to the enemy. This we pray. Amen.
Amen.
The official party for today's ceremony consists of the 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Choi, and the Battalion Command Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major Joseph McAuliffe. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem. Gentlemen, if you are not in uniform, please remove your headgear. gentlemen, please be seated. The infantry soldiers graduating today come from many parts of the United States. The flags of the 50 states and the 6 territories displayed at the museum symbolize the broad base of our national defense. The company standing before you have conducted a turning blue ceremony because blue is the color of the infantry, with each graduating soldier receiving the coveted symbols of an infantryman. The cross rifle insignia with blue background discs, and the blue infantry cord. Turning blue signifies the rite of passage of these soldiers to carry on the finest traditions of the infantry. The infantry cross rifles, blue discs, and blue cord mark these soldiers as the finest soldiers in the world, United States Army infantrymen. The soldiers most responsible for the training of these infantrymen are the drill sergeants who are carefully selected by the Department of the Army. The drill sergeant campaign hat and badge have been the stoic symbol of professionalism and pride since 1962. At this time, the drill sergeant of the cycle for Foxtrot Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, Staff Sergeant Matthew Bailey, will recite the drill sergeant creed.
The drill sergeant creed. I am a drill sergeant. I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a highly motivated, well-disciplined, physically and mentally fit soldier, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. I will instill pride in all I train, pride and self in the Army and in country. I will insist that each soldier needs and maintains the Army standards of military bearing and courtesy, consistent with the highest traditions of the U.S. Army. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I would not do myself. But first, last, and always, I am an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I am a drill sergeant. This will defend.
At this time, the official party will present the awards. The drill sergeants of the cycle and distinguished honor graduates will each receive the Army Achievement Medal, a 1-year membership in the National Infantry Association, plaques from the United States Armed Forces Association, and the Non-Commissioned Officers Association. Receiving the Drill Sergeant of the Cycle Award for Foxtrot Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, is Staff Sergeant Matthew Bailey from Elkin, North Carolina. Staff Sergeant Bailey's spouse, Justice Bailey, is being presented a bouquet of flowers in recognition of the constant support given to her husband. The Distinguished Honor Graduate for Foxtrot Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, is Private William Farrell from Roundville, Virginia. Private Farrell's follow-on assignment is Ranger Assessment and Selection. Receiving the Drill Sergeant of the Cycle Award from Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 50th Infantry Regiment, is Sergeant First Class Daniel Mackay from Spearfish, South Dakota. Sergeant First Class Mackay's spouse, Ashley Mackay, is being presented a bouquet of flowers in recognition of the constant support to her husband. The Distinguished Honor Graduate for Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 50th Infantry Regiment, is Private Jonathan Coleman from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Private Coleman's follow-on assignment is Fort Riley, Kansas. Receiving the Drill Sergeant of the Cycle Award from Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment, is Staff Sergeant Josue Rivera from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. The Distinguished Honor Graduate for Delta Company, 2nd Battalion, 54th Infantry Regiment, is Private Zachary Tomick from Houston, Texas. Private Tomick's follow-on assignment is Special Forces Assessment and Selection. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving these fine soldiers a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Choi.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? All right, I know I'm the last thing between you and your soldiers, so I'm going to keep this pretty short. Good morning, Brigadier General Hodney, Colonel Voorhees, Brigadier General Kaiser, Command Sergeant Blunt, distinguished guests, families, and friends. Welcome to Fort Benning, Georgia, the home of the infantry and the home of the United States Army Maneuver Center of Excellence. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful winter morning to celebrate this milestone in the lives of our soldiers assembled before us. It seems as if the good Lord has blessed us with a short, dry spell in the midst of 2 weeks of rain. This is a special graduation nonetheless because these 3 companies are the last 3 legacy companies to graduate the Infantry OSIT program that has been used for over the past 4 decades. It is a transition point in history where the Army decided to invest more upfront in the development of our future leaders by establishing a strong foundation from the beginning. These soldiers are the last to go through the 14-week Infantry OSIT course, and all future courses will follow the newly established 22-week model of training, and I'm sure that your soldiers are not heartbroken about missing that opportunity and standing here for an additional 8 weeks. But leading up to the day for the past 14 weeks, each soldier in front of you dealt with the erratic climate of Fort Benning, which included unannounced torrential rain, thunderstorms, and temperature changes of up to 30 degrees within a single day. And through it all, they ran for hundreds of miles, conducted over 100 miles of foot marching with 35 pounds of equipment, got several really bad haircuts, learned over 200 infantry tasks, made their own bed, did their own laundry, and shaved every morning, and completed an exhausting 7-day field training exercise as a culmination event testing their knowledge and execution of all those infantry tasks in a stressful environment and under fatigue. This is a diverse group ranging from 17 to 37 years of age. 12 soldiers are pursuing citizenship. We have soldiers here with various levels of education, from GEDs to master's degrees. Several soldiers finally got smart and transferred to the Army from the Marines, Navy, and Air Force. Bottom line is that these soldiers represent several different religions, come from different backgrounds, and join for different reasons. But today they stand before you with one major commonality. They are all now infantrymen who raise their right hand to defend the Constitution and serve, like many of those before them, during a time of conflict. They deserve our respect and collective acknowledgement, so please give them a hand. Also, for the past 14 weeks, the drill sergeants and cadre spent countless hours endeavoring to transform this class of over 700 civilians who arrived here at Fort Benning into soldiers first, and further transform those soldiers into the infantrymen standing before you. They trained them to engage and destroy the enemy with the weapons you saw at the beginning of this ceremony, to move through the thick woods of Georgia as a member of an infantry squad, to communicate with a radio, to provide medical care, and to sustain and maintain themselves and their equipment in both garrison and austere environments. The bottom line, they train these soldiers to be physically strong, morally straight, and mentally tough infantrymen. Please recognize these outstanding NCOs and officers with a round of applause for the countless hours they devoted to this. The drill sergeants know that the infantrymen who stand before you did not come here with a blank slate. You, the families, shaped these men who were willing to walk into a recruiting station and volunteer to protect an ideal forged by our forefathers. Your support to soldiers, which includes your presence here today, will make the collective Army exponentially stronger. And our nation is in debt to you, and we welcome you to your much larger family, the Army family. Thank you. To the infantrymen on the field, you've completed the easy part. You went through 14 weeks of grueling training, and you've proven yourself as infantrymen. The hard part lies ahead, as you enter back into an environment with many temptations to do the easy wrong over the hard right. And there will be no drill sergeant there to steer you straight. But you've proven over the last 14 weeks that you can demand more from yourself and each other to maintain standards and discipline. Remember that as your rucksack continues to get heavier. Because as infantrymen, privation, constant change, chaos, sore feet, fatigue, and sometimes hardship and sacrifice may feel like the only companions. But remember the infantryman's timeless companion. The deep camaraderie of appreciating those infantrymen who have come before you, that stand in front of you, beside you, and eventually, as some of you become leaders, behind you. It is the satisfaction of knowing that until an infantryman stands on foreign soil, only then will America's interests be achieved. So stay physically fit, morally straight, intuitively curious, and expertly lethal until that day comes to force America's will on the enemy. As you get ready to pass the review and move on to your next unit of assignment, I congratulate you on behalf of the Brave and Bold Brigade, United States Army Infantry School, and the Maneuver Center of Excellence, and thank you for your service to your great nation. I wish you and your families good luck as you embark on your next Army adventure. God bless you, your families, and may God bless America. Play the game, mailed foot, rock force, brave and bold, follow me, one force, one fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Soldier's Creed is a standard for all soldiers to live by. The Soldier's Creed helps soldiers understand that despite their very diverse backgrounds, all soldiers are warriors and members of a team. We invite all soldiers, both past and present, to stand and join us as the Soldier of the Cycle from Fox Company, 2nd Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, Private William Farrell, leads the Army's newest infantryman in the Soldier's Creed.
The Soldier's Creed! I'm an American soldier!
I'm an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team!
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values!
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place the mission first!
I'll always place the mission first.
I will never accept defeat!
I'll never accept defeat.
I will never quit!
I'll never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade!
I'll never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
I'm disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I'm an expert and I'm a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I'm an American soldier.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the soldiers pass to your front, we invite you to take pictures, but please remain in the stands. When the American flag passes to your front, we ask that you rise and that the gentlemen remove their headgear. Once the American flag has passed your location, you may be seated. Additionally, we ask that you please remain in the stands until the band has completely left the field. The color sergeant is Sergeant First Class Jonathan Rushing, Buffalo, Michigan. Fox Company, 2nd Battalion, 1933 Regiment, is commanded by Captain Logan Dean from Aiken, South Carolina. The platoon sergeant for 1st Platoon is Sergeant First Class Oswald Thomas from New Rochelle, New York. Command Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major Ronnie Blank, we thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony. You may now join your soldiers in the formation area in front of the museum. Have a safe journey home. Follow me.
Ran under the. No, you're fine. No, it's together. It's together. Don't look.
We're gonna make it together. Hey, that's it. That's it. Brother from another mother, right?